Welcome back to Kamen Rider Review, episode number 151. Yes, I do realize, though, it's been almost a year since I reviewed any Kamen Rider, probably because of reviewing a lot of Super Sentai Metal Heroes. But yeah, now I'm back to Kamen Rider, and now basically I'm fully into the Heisei era. I've only reviewed one Heisei series part of this one to discuss here, which is going to be Kamen Rider Agito. Yes. Came out in 2002, I think it was. Actually, 2001. Now, the first one I reviewed from the Heisei era was Kuga. Now, this is the first one I reviewed series-wise since Kamen Rider Black RX. Excuse me. But anything Kamen Rider related, first time since Kamen Rider World. That was the last thing I officially reviewed. Oh, by the way, here is Agito, who looks very similar to that of Kuga. And from what I read, there was a reason why he looked so similar to Kuga, because people wanted more Kuga. So we created Agito to be sort of a spiritual sequel to that of Kamen Rider Kuga. It features no returning characters. It's complete original characters and complete original concepts, this one. We start off with basically a guy wearing a suit that looks very similar to one of the suits from the you saw in Big Bad Beetleborgs. This suit is this bad boy right here. This is G3. That's the name of this thing. Oh, by the way, second Kamen Rider series in a row where the words Kamen Rider are never spoken. I'm like, why? Like, it's a Kamen Rider series. You get it in the opening title sequence, which this one, it's barely there. It's like this one doesn't have one. This doesn't have any title sequence, shockingly, the one I've seen. Yeah, I'm not sure why they did this for. It's like, as soon as the episode's over, like, oh, we have a preview next episode. Okay. Alright, whatever. So he tests us about, and of course, they're going after possibly things called unknowns. And we see one where we see basically one of the victims where it kills them and kills people and put them inside of a tree. Yes. These are jaguars. No, not the creep jaguars. From what I read, these creatures are known as lords. These are jaguar lords. There are four of them seen here and with scarves. I have read this is a nod to Go Ranger, despite the fact that it's two completely franchise because they wore multicolored scarves. And of course, G3 is sent out to basically fight him. And then we see also we have the main character of the series, Agito himself, who shows up toward the end of the first episode. Basically, this is Suchi. I think that's pronounced it. He's a guy who's got amnesia, who was later mentioned in episode 4. Like, he got this way because he got amnesia. He was found on a beach. We don't know much. We know nothing about this guy at all. Aside from he's a apparently an okay cook. He's very cleaning at basically this guy's house. He basically is reluctant to live with him. He's a freeloader. So, as for how he got the way he is, now explaining it. Also, these episodes are very serialized. Yes. Oh, and we're also in the very first arc of the series, which I'm going to take a break when I reach episode 28. So, in the case of, well, first the Jaguars kill one family, and then Agito shows up, kills one of them, and actually two of them show up next episode. Where he shows up, and by the way, Agito looks like this. That's Agito. Yeah, I was wondering, like, where the heck is Agito? Oh, he shows up at the end of the episode. And we don't see him transform, he just is there. And he beats the monster up, and then right next episode, we kind of see him transform. And I do mean kind of. He doesn't say henshin until like episode 3. Yes, that's the first time the word henshin is spoken. And and we see that the belt actually is sort of like a light device to blind his opponents while he transforms. I gotta admit, this actually is a nice looking suit. It looks like Toei basically spent a lot of money on this suit. It looks very good. He does have an alternate form that shows up also in episode 2. find it here. The main form seen here is the ground form. That's the main one. And there's also the storm form, which is basically like, actually we're like, this is, they also have this where he grows like multiple horns. This is the sign he's going to kill the opponent. Oh yeah, then he transforms all in episode, I think it was in 2, I think it was. Or he becomes blue. This is known as a storm form. It's a slightly more powerful. Apparently, also with this form, he can summon a freaking spear. Yeah, he can summon a spear out of his hand. And beat the monsters that way. And by the end of episode 2, they've already fought Jaguar Lords. Because in episode 3, they're already on Turtle Lords. Yes, Turtle Lords. Where we only see like a couple of them. They only appear for these 2 episodes and then move on to something else. Yeah, the Taurus Lords. Yeah, they only appear for just for 2 episodes. There is Ocanus, Taurus, and a simulation one. Yeah, basically the Jaguar and Taurus do this thing where they just do like this. Is like almost like a prayer, and then they go start attacking people. And in episode by the episode, I think it was 3, Agito just randomly attacks G3, damaging G3 very heavily. Oh, by the way, there's also mentioned early on about number 4. No Kuga mentioned here. The identified life forms and the detective who worked with him in the previous season of the show. They say it's been 2 years, and actually it's been like a year. So, could you imply that Kuga took place in like 1999? Possibly. From what I read, this is set in a different universe, but you could say some of the stuff for Kuga did happen in this universe, but who knows? Yeah, this is later mentioned a little bit later from what I read. So, they have a debriefing about it, and, like, they mentioned about, oh, the identified life forms, they're all destroyed, which was indeed true, they were all destroyed. These are unknowns. That's what they call these things, unknowns. They do not know they're called lords yet. By the way, the college that the original Kamen Rider went to does show up in the first episode for a brief cameo. Yep, just by name only. Yeah, and also, there's also this thing found in episode 1, which is solved by in episode 4, where there's this big puzzle thing found by a kid nearing a village that was hit by a typhoon. What the heck this thing is? They just open it up, and then, like at the end of episode 4, the female scientist who's there discovers that there's a baby inside with a tattoo on his hand. I'm like, that's interesting. And they spend like 4 episodes basically decoding what the heck this thing is. What the heck this thing is never explained here. It's like we get a start of a story, but not a complete story just yet. We don't know exactly. Of course, there's also this thing going on with this swimmer where he might be going through a transformation, which we'll get to explore in a future episode. But this is interesting. We got 2 Kamen Riders in 4 episodes. Well, there's kind of a reason for this, because why did Kuga only have 1 rider while this one's got 2? Well, the reason is because that the creator himself was not involved in the series. He had no involvement at all. So basically, we're trying to copy Sentai with the multiple writers stuff. Yep. Excuse me. Kind of in a way, this is I believe like the 12th, I think the 11th series overall for Kamen Rider. Writers overall, I think it's the 14th writer. Yeah, I think it's like the 14th writer overall. Yep. Still got a while to go though. I'm only gonna do the first 20 and then take a break for this series. Yep. In case you're curious how long it's a series, 51 episodes. Yep. And like I said, I'm only going to the first 20 for now. So, that's pretty much it particular view. Please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, share notifications, and do this one. I'm going to head out briefly, come back, and then basically work on Konosuba, Arch Demon's Dilemma, and maybe a day or 2 anime. Okay? Next view. Bye.